Good morning, students. So, today let's start the next topic of the chapter, that is transfer of heat. Students, when you put a hot object in contact with a cold object, then after some time you will notice that the cold object becomes a little hot while the hot object becomes less hot. This happens because the hot object transfers some of its heat to the colder object, and this shows that heat is always transferred from a hot object to a cold object, and it continues till both the objects attain a common temperature, and in this state they are said to be in thermal equilibrium. So, what is thermal equilibrium? That is a state when two objects are in contact with each other with no exchange of heat and both are said to be at same temperature, and that state is called thermal equilibrium, and the common temperature attained by them is called equilibrium temperature. Now, the transfer of heat takes place through three methods. The first one is conduction, then convection, and then radiation. These are the different methods of transferring heat. Then, students, today we will discuss about conduction. Conduction is the process of heat transfer from the hotter end of an object to the colder end. The conduction of heat takes place without the actual displacement of the particles. It means particles don't exchange their position but transfer their energy from one particle to the next one, and as a result heat is transferred from one end of an object to the other end. Conduction of heat also takes place when two bodies at different temperatures are brought into contact, and in this case the heat is transferred from the hotter object to the colder object. Now, the next topic is conductors and insulators. So, firstly we will discuss about conductors. The substances that conduct heat or that allow heat to pass through them are called conductors. Like all the metals, they allow the heat to pass through them and they are called conductors, like copper, aluminium, silver, etc. All these are conductors because they allow the heat to pass through them. So, that's why the cooking vessels are generally made up of metals. They get very hot when heated, and then that energy from the vessels is transferred to the food, which helps the food to get cooked. Now, the next one is insulators. The substances that don't conduct heat or they don't allow heat to pass through them are called insulators, like air, wood, rubber, glass, etc. Metal vessels are generally provided with wooden handles, and these wooden handles don't get hot when the vessels are heated. This shows that wood does not conduct heat, and that is a insulators. So, insulators, they don't allow heat to pass through them, and these are also called poor conductors of heat. Now, the next topic is uses of conductors and insulators. We use both conductors and insulators in our everyday life. So firstly, that is bricks, mud and concrete, that all are insulators, and these are used in building houses in construction purposes. Then second one is vehicles carrying inflammable material are covered with insulating materials like asbestos. This is a highly insulating material that insulate the vehicle that carry inflammable material. Next, that is woolen clothes that keep us warm in winter, because the pores in wool that trap air, which is a bad conductor of heat. So students, I hope the topics that we have discussed today are clear to you. Thank you.